Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. One of the unique things about the elite is the fact that they are very slow in reacting. I'm referring to the educated elite, but when they do, they usually make a lot of sense. And this time around, we're talking about none other person than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, and the professor himself, Professor Wole Soyinka, and he's saying it boldly, saying it strongly. Hey, this is not getting funny at all. Nigerians are beginning to react, and the funny thing about this whole reaction is the fact that those standing really strong for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are actually coming from the southwest. Before we go to the newspaper to find out what it is he's saying about Sunday Igboho, about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like it, subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's start with what he said about Sunday Igboho. Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka has asked the federal government to apologize to Sunday Igboho after officials of the Department of State Services invaded his home and killed two of his associates. The DSS invaded Igboho's house in Ibadan, Oyo State, early on Thursday. Based on intelligence, it said it had received that he was stockpiling arms to cause chaos within the region. Igboho, who had been declared wanted by DSS, had recently been calling for a Yoruba nation over what he has described as a Fulani inversion of the Southwest. In an interview with BBC Pidgin published on Monday, Soyinka said the government's action and rationale for invading Sunday Igboho's home stinks. My advice to the federal government is that they should stop pursuing Igboho as a criminal because you have begun by acting in a criminal fashion against him, he said. If and when Igboho comes to trial, I guarantee you the government will be very embarrassed. I think they should tell Igboho we made a mistake. We should not have acted this way. We are no longer wanted. Go back to your home. In fact, escort him to his home and let him resume his normal life. According to Soyinka, Igboho's fight for freedom was preceded by criminal acts of enemies of Nigeria who appeared to be supported by the force of the state. While Soyinka noted he doesn't like the sound of a Yoruba nation any more than he likes the sound of a Tiv nation or Igbo nation, he said the country must be restructured through the decentralization of power. According to the erudite professor, Nigeria's current structure was imposed upon the people by the military. But quickly, in another news, Professor Wole Soyinka have also decided to react on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Why very seriously? He's one of the few people who have decided to speak very strongly over the issue. All right, let's hear what he has to say about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Well, the Professor Wole Soyinka says Nnamdi Kanu was actually kidnapped by the federal government. Kanu was on Saturday extradited to Nigeria to face trial after he jumped bail and fled the country in 2017. Speaking with BBC Pidgin, still on Monday, the literary icon said there will be an uproar in the country if the truth of how Kanu was arrested becomes known. It is not for me to tell the president to prepare itself because it's going to be a huge swag when the truth about how Kanu was arrested comes out. People are merging this or that. That is one phrase, whether Nigeria has acted outside international law, Soyinka said. The second issue, however, has to do with Kanu's conduct outside the nation. There's been a level of hate rhetoric which has been unfortunate from Kanu. Hate rhetoric is an issue that can only be judged by laws of any nation. Was it right to have been kidnapped? You can say intercepted as much as you want, but I think Kanu was kidnapped. What that is wrong internationally and morally. Commenting on the reaction that have trailed the swiftness with which the federal government arrested Kanu, the professor said the federal government has not shown the same eagerness in going after bandits and insurgents. The government cannot wash itself clean on what seems to be a kind of comparative energy in pursuing the destabilized forces in the nation, he said. If we take ourselves back, once and when I threw a challenge to Buhari, what I expect from a true leader is to issue an order, give a deadline that any illegal occupant of any villages, farms is given 48 hours to quit, after which the mighty forces of the nation will be unleashed on them. It was ignored. Years later, He came to say, we will respond to these people in the language they understand. This is what I expected. This is what I expected him to have said years ago at the beginning of the insurgents. The leadership, that's Miiti Allah, should have been arrested years ago, long before IPOB was declared a terrorist organization. He said rather, the Miiti Allah group had continued to act unchecked, while the federal government has refused to mount the same energy against them. So people are right to say there has been an unequal and irregular approach to security enforcement in this nation, he added. He advised the federal government to stop the blame game and take action. This one is gas goes everywhere. Professor Wale Soyinka is one man that when he talks, he talks quite intelligently. He's an intellectual, so you would actually understand with him. And he's not very quick to speak, but when he does, he knows what to say. For him to say that that if Nigerians should get to find out how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was finally detained, that there will be an uproar. Honestly, Nigerians are itching to find out how the process went by. All right, he said there's something I picked. There's something I picked very quickly. He said something about interception. He said whether the federal government likes or not, whether they like to be using the word interception or not, say it doesn't change the fact that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was actually abducted, as in kidnapped. He said, but then if you watch, he actually struck a balance. While he talked about the issue of the federal government, he also, there's this general proverb they say when you're also talking to the hawk, also talk to the chicken, to the chick. I said, talking to the hawk, talk to the chick. He said, while they're talking about looking at the stand of federal government over the arrest of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he called it a kidnap, an abduction, and definitely not an interception. But then he now looked at Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and said, when it comes to hate rhetorics, speeches that are not encouraging words, a lot of things he said. He said it's actually unfortunate that it's traceable to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That quickly reminds me of the observation that Reno Onkre, the former media aide to Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, he said when he typed the zoo on Google, and shockingly, the first alphabet words that came out was actually Nigeria. And he can't try to explain it that the reason why it is so is because a lot of bloggers, a lot of persons have been carrying out information, carrying out news, carrying out dialogues that has to do with Nigeria, comparing it with a zoo. So hence the algorithm keeps playing out and keeps seeing Nigeria as a zoo, and which means a lot of persons have been calling it a zoo by virtue of either response, reactions, and all that. So those are the things that makes Google is just it's more like a robot, based on the number of persons that have or number of responses that have called Nigeria a zoo. So automatically when it calls zoo, depending on locations too, if it's coming from Nigeria, they just automatically tell you zoo is Nigeria. And it's saying these are the things, the rhetorics that any nation, especially Nigeria, will have their own laws that will probably look into to want to nail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But other than that, it's saying, look, this is an adoption, and if Nigerians should get to find out, it's a serious issue. Same thing he has to say about Sunday Igboho, that Sunday Igboho was actually harassed, that they should actually apologize to him. Let's meet in that comment section. The icon, a literary icon is talking.